Today on Jimbo Vision, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Hello. Yes, here comes the Wayne again as two titans tussle across our screens. Superman and Batman, Clark and Bruce, and perhaps most of all, DC and Marvel. DC bidding here to muscle in a little bit on their rivals' team-up success. Anyway, by now you've probably seen the not terribly favourable reviews of this movie, but are thinking, hey, it's Batman and Superman, how bad can it be? Well, the answer sadly is actually pretty awful. Batman v Superman, let's call it BS for short, is directed by Zac Synders, as in some directors are good with humour and some with action, and this one's Snyder. And much as in his previous effort, The Interminable Man of Steel, Zac's gone for length with this, bringing this in at an entirely unnecessary 2.5 hours. I mean, come on, it's not like they're hobbits. Part of the problem is there's simply too much story to get in, setting up why Batman hates Superman, why the government is starting to hate both, and convincing audiences that Wonder Woman isn't a bra company, even though she does support the two big attractions here. Things get off to a pretty good start in this film with a blistering early sequence in which Batman witnesses the collateral damage of Superman up close. Snyder here rather daringly equating the Man of Steel with 9/11. It's spectacular, it's thought-provoking, and it promises a genuinely different take on the whole superhero genre. As it turns out, though, that early promise soon gets lost among the usual CGI slugfests and the business of shoehorning in other DC properties like Wonder Woman and Lex Luthor. More on him shortly. Ben Affleck makes a decent caped crusader, although with little of the dark mystery of the Nolan version. Amy Adams is bright as a button as the Janet from the Planet, Lois Lane. Holly Hunter brings some grits as a campaigning Southern senator gripped by Cape Fear. And Jeremy Irons is as enjoyably lugubrious as ever here as a darkly sardonic Alfred. Now the minuses though. Like Spock, Henry Cavill's Kal-El seems to come from a planet where charisma never existed. Gal Gadot, hope I pronounced that right, as Wonder Woman is underdressed and underexplained. And then there's Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
Lex.
Hi, hello. Lex, it is a pleasure. Ow, wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
Les Luthor might have been better. Personally, I'd nominate this, in fact, as one of the worst performances I've seen in years, and certainly the most annoying. Eisenberg apparently aiming for the same twitchy, psychotic menace we saw in Heath Ledger's wonderful Joker, but ending up more like Mark Zuckerberg on helium. It's just one of the ways that this film pales by comparison with the Dark Knight trilogy. Their gloomy, doom-laden poetry and, most of all, their great sense of danger are almost entirely absent here. Now, Nolan is still on board as exec producer of this, as he was with The Man of Steel, which makes it a real mystery how he can now sit back and watch another man follow so ploddingly in his footsteps. And sincerely, the director is kind of the biggest issue about this film. Snyder Man, who's able to shoot long streams of energy-draining material, but not apparently edit them. He's probably a terrific bloke, and he's certainly very diligent at marshalling his pieces in this film, but there's no spring to his story, and above all, he really can't direct fight scenes, which is kind of a big thing in action films. Compared to Deadpool or Bourne, or indeed pretty much anything by Marvel, there's no rhythm, no whip to the blows. It's all very rehearsed. Throw in a couple of very unpleasant branding scenes, particularly the one with Turkish Airlines. Doesn't Wonder Woman have her own plane? And there you have it. Final scores: Batman Superman: Dawn of Justice, 2 winners, 1 Luthor, and the grim certainty that there's more of the stuff on the way from DC. It gets a generous 5 out of 10, and let's just hope that Marvel's Civil War turns out better. Certainly it's got an interesting plot line, 2 of their biggest heroes going up against each other against a backdrop of government intervention. Oh. Anyway, see you soon on Jimbo Vision.